So let's just go over some of the points that we have been discussing. First of all, form factor, and in this, the shootout between the Astell&Kern and the Fiio is not even close. This is a fantastic, slim, beautiful looking form factor. This is clunky at the best of times. Some people complain about the edges in this. I think it's okay, it's not really going to cut you. Form factor, very clearly this wins. When it comes to the user interface and the operating system, this uses Android, this has its own. And again, personally, I would prefer this to the Android, but then maybe that's just me. Crucial question, of course, will eventually come down to sound quality. How do these sound? And how does it compare with what we were just discussing? Simple music from an iPhone or an iPod, and also a new generation of phones that is now available, which does come with these. Now, this, for example, doesn't have the 3.5 jack. This is the Leco. As being rumored with the iPhone, which is going to have, people say, just a lightning connector. This, again, you can just plug this in like this and hear music directly. Now, how would that compare with one of these two high-resolution tracks? Well, let's just put the entire thing to the test. Starting off, and let's just have the same piece of music in all of these devices. So I'm going to hear Coldplay, and I'm going to start off with hearing it basically and simply on an iPhone. So this is AAC, this is what you get on iTunes, and let's just hear what it sounds like. So here's the thing, this is music the way you and I normally listen to it on our devices. This is an MP3, it's playing. And if you never heard the difference, you may not be able to know what you're really missing. The minute you shift to high resolution though, the difference is immediate, it is stark, and I can't tell you how good it sounds. So, I have to tell you, the minute though you switch to listening to that same track of music in high resolution, the difference is staggering. And I know it's a bit unfair because you can't see what I'm talking about, but the difference is absolutely massive. You'll start hearing details that you didn't know existed. You will start hearing little pieces of instrumental music playing down here which you hadn't ever heard before. It's really quite an experience. It's the same difference actually from watching standard definition on television and watching high definition on television. That's a sort of a difference. Now, this is high res. How does this high res compare? Let's just try and choose between the Astell&Kern and the Fiio. So here's the Astell&Kern. Look, personally, and sometimes this becomes a matter of personal choice, I would prefer the sound in this also to the Fiio, but both sound really good. So let's just show you both of these in some detail and I'll give you my take on them.
We feel the best way to conduct a shootout between these two devices would be on the basis of 3 parameters: design and build quality. The design on the Astell&Kern JR is sturdy and sharp, quite literally. It has edges that dig into your fingers, but if you're going to be more of a pocket user, that shouldn't be a problem. There's a handy volume rocker on the back that can be rotated to control the output volume. A nice touch. Speaking of pockets, the Fiio X7 is a large and bulky device. It feels as sturdy as the Astell&Kern JR, but it's certainly a handful when it comes to portability. However, a beautiful blue light that the device emits from the bottom does make it look oh so appealing. User interface. Astell&Kern have fitted their very own interface on the Junior. We feel that while the interface is simple and has all the right functions in all the right places, it's not the quickest of the lot. The touch scroll is quite slow to respond, and we wish there were a better way to implement it. The Fiio X7 on the other hand runs on Android. The OS has 2 modes, pure music mode and Android mode. The first one allows for a more music-centered device performance, while the latter allows you to use apps like Google Chrome or use a file manager to browse through your files at length. Sound quality. Now when it comes to judging something as subjective as sound quality, We believe it's all about the personal experience, but we all know which one is Vikram's favorite.
So here would be my take. When it comes to sound quality, both of them are really, really good. You won't go wrong with either of them. But given that this is more expensive than the Astell&Kern is, and given that the form factor of this is so much superior, if I had to choose, I would pick this over this. But you should hear it for yourself to see whether the sound is preferred one way or the other by you. If you want standalone high resolution music players, then of course, and if you've got the money, these are worth going for.